strategy was approved by the heads of state. Under the Environment Action Plan that was coordinated by the NEPA agency at the time, which is now the African Union Development Agency. And over the years, what have we learned in terms of work related to sustainable land and water management, and specifically on land restoration? We have a lot of initiatives across the continent, and the AUD and NEPA is actually implementing a few of the very successful ones, including the ARF 100 initiative. Most of you who have been following the work on sustainable land management will know of the TEI Africa initiative. We implemented TEI Africa for over 10 years, and it supported member states to put in place national investment plan building on the national adaptation programs under the UNCCD. Where did we go wrong in the implementation of all of these initiatives? I think the key aspect has been one of coordination. We have a lot happening across the continent, but scaling up is a challenge. And even just knowing what the different organizations are doing is also a challenge. Of course, we do have the Great Green Wall Secretariat that have been put in place by our heads of state. And I think it's imperative that we improve on the role of coordination. So with this strategy, I believe we can recreate the platform that existed under the TEI African Action Plan to ensure that we have a better way of knowing what all these initiatives are doing and contributing to land restoration. The second aspect is about involving all the various stakeholders. The issues covered by the strategy are so central to the livelihoods of our communities and African people, particularly African smallholder farmers. So we really would, of course, appreciate this kind of platforms that we all have a conversation at the global level, but we want to see implementation at the national level, going and filtering down to the local level. So localized strategies to implement this program is critical. Bringing all the sectors, but also all the stakeholders that are important in implementing the strategy. Lastly, perhaps not lastly, but the other key factor for the success of the implementation of the strategy is consistent funding. We do have a lot of projects, programs, but member states would like to see more consistency in the resources that flows to them to support the implementation of sustainable land and water management programs in their countries. We believe that the various windows of financing that are out there in the global space need to be utilized to support the implementation of the strategy and what it reflects. So bringing the various agendas together, whether it's the climate change, whether it's the food system agenda, whether it's the humanitarian agenda, needs to speak to one another and leverage the resources and windows of opportunities that are provided through these respective platforms.